How's it, Bara? Long time no see.
Oh, looking tick, bro.
No, it's just skinny.
How you been? How you been?
Good, bro. It's good to be back. It's good to be
How's
back
that?
in Asia.
How's the travel coming into Singapore?
It was long. It's like 20 hours of travel. You flew, you flew to Hawaii and back here, so it's kind of next level. But we've been here, kind of acclimated, so everything's going pretty smooth so far.
How's preparations been for this one? I know you've been out for a little bit of time. How's that back going?
Um, Bro, it was actually pretty good. A bunch of my teammates and friends are all in camp as well. I'm finishing the year off strong. And then also a couple teammates starting the year off January, February. So everybody's been active somewhat in the bigger shows, and it's been good. It's been fun.
We got questions here from media from all around the world. I'm just gonna shoot them out to you and you just answer them, right?
Sounds good.
This one is from Leon Jennings of Asian Persuasion MMA. How good is it to be fit and healthy again? You've only fought once in 4.5 years, and how much of a factor will that play?
Um, well, it feels good to be back in action. Body ready. I've been through some roller coasters, as you guys know. Um, it's God's plans. It's in hands, and whatever His plan is, I'm just I'm just in the seat, and He's in drive. So again, yeah, it's in God's hands.
Now, you were in that one lightweight Grand Prix. You defeated Honorio Bonario, but had to pull out due to injury. Did you follow up on the tournament all the way through where Christian Lee picked up that Grand Prix? What did you think about that?
Yes, he did a solid performance. He beat I think was that Russian kid. He was in the top seat and he made it all the way to the end. And Christian beat him, which was phenomenal work. And I'm not surprised. The kid is good. The kid is good and blessed, and it was a phenomenal performance.
1 second, we gotta remind the media who's joining us that if you want to ask questions to Lowen, please type in the Zoom chat box and direct it to the host, Tammy Chan. That way I can read them out. All right. Like you said, you got another Hawaiian champion at the lightweight division. Spoke about his skills. You guys ever cross paths in Hawaii?
Nah. I've actually watched him wrestle. My younger brother and him is similar age, so I watched him grow up. I watched him fight, and I'm a fan. Their family is phenomenal athletes and phenomenal martial artists. And like I said, I got to see the kid grow up, so quite interesting.
We got a question here now from Fight Game Asia. You exited the Grand Prix very early last year due to health issues. Is that all settled now? Or are you at 100%?
No one's ever at 100% in my opinion, but through the grace of God, I'm here today and I'm cleared and able to compete. So that's where I'm at.
Now we're going to speak about this matchup a little bit. You're going up against the former one featherweight world champion, Marat Gafurov. He's a menace on the ground. What's your game plan going to this one?
Tune in and find out. We've been training a little bit of everywhere. As always, bettering every aspect of the MMA game. And like you mentioned, the guy's a former world champ, phenomenal on the ground. Objective is to win in any fashion. It don't matter to me. Just come out victorious.
We spoke to Marat yesterday, and he spoke about wanting to keep this one on the feet. Is that surprising to you?
No, not at all. I mean, again, we all have a plan until it comes, and you never know. Nothing is for sure.
Yeah. Question here from Carlo Quinto. Marat Gafurov is the former one featherweight world champion. What can you say about this game, and do you think he's a dangerous matchup for you?
Oh, definitely. In my opinion, the matchmakers did a phenomenal job. We have similar strengths. The guy has a little bit more experience. He's been more active, so in somewhat, he's got the advantage. But I'm here. I'm undefeated. I'm plan to stay undefeated, and how would you call it? The game is always to come out victorious.
So follow-up question from Carlo Quinto. Do you think he can handle his submission game?
We'll find out. I wouldn't be if I didn't think I could.
This is only Marat's second bout at lightweight. His debut didn't go that well at lightweight. He lost to Yuri Lapicus in the first round. What do you think about that one?
I saw that. It was pretty fast. It was very surprising as well. I don't know much about his opponent, but for him to come out victorious in that fashion, that's a good way to that's a good way to take out a former champ.
4.5 years is a long time. You tell us what you've been working on in that time.
Health. That's all it is. Getting the body right. I may look top shape, but internally, you don't know what's going on in there, and I've been figuring it out. But health has been the main one. I've been told by one of my good friends that your body is like a classic vehicle, you know, so you're going to give it the best nutrition, the best gas, the best maintenance. Without that, it'll just deteriorate and it'll be an old car.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that. How did you get yourself back into that space where you could train again, where you could compete again? What was the shift for you?
Well, I got an autoimmune disease. It's basically a field of different like inflammation, arthritis, and it attacks your joints. So it was attacking all sorts of joints. Everybody's different. It's kind of some up in the air still, kind of like COVID. You know, they don't know the full they don't know the full answers to everything. But a lot of trial and error, guinea pig stage, trying different diets, seeing different doctors, seeing every doctor you can think of. And I found a nutrition plan, did a specific blood test, and a lot of prayer. And somehow, some way, my symptoms kind of flatlined, and it stayed pretty steady, and I was able to train and get up and do my normal functions with a smile. And thank the Lord, I'm here today, baby. I'm able to compete again. Let's go.
Yeah, bro. I'm so happy to hear. So happy to see you back on the card when I saw it. Hawaii's got a big culture of fighting. A lot of great fighters coming out of them, yourself included. A lot of boys in your gym are all top level. Can you tell us why Hawaii is such a hotbed for talent?
I don't know why, but I support everything you just stated. I mean, you look at the two champs, the lead champs, they may be representing Singapore, but they live in Hawaii. Even Angela's husband. You know, we got a bunch of UFC fighters, like you mentioned, my teammates, a bunch of hammers. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the food, the water, the culture. I'm not too sure. We just got a lot of hammers and animals.
Now you call yourself the Hammerhead Dolphin. Tell us about that. How you get that name? How you become the Hammerhead Dolphin?
Hammerhead Dolphin was just some names you created as kids, and I don't know how, but it stuck out. And we create all different things or different, you know, in your groups, you get your little sayings and jokes, and for some reason that just stuck. So I use it.
I like it. It should be a full time.
That thing's classic, huh?
We got a question here from Mia Miranda. You're fortunate to live in one of the most beautiful places in the world. How was your experience dealing with COVID and the lockdowns, and how did it affect your training and personal life?
For us, I'll second that. Probably the most beautiful place on the planet. I love Hawaii. With COVID, though, it has affected a lot of small businesses. All our gyms are closed. They're saying that we can regulate at a 25% capacity, which is very hard. And then they want you to train outside. Again, it's kind of like my disease. They don't have all the answers. They also don't have all the research to back up their reasons for doing whatever they're doing. So everything is in a trial and error basis. It's super complicated. This whole quarantine, we've been just surfing and, you know, getting in training wherever you can, at home, garage, kind of like old school style, caveman style, and just enjoying the beach. The rules and the regulations is complicated everywhere. So you got to kind of just find your path and see what you can get away with.
Go with the flow a little bit, huh?
Exactly. Yeah, go with the flow.
You've been in one championship for a long time now. The divisions and the talent in the organization has grown a lot. What do you think about that?
Bro, they're making big moves, picking up some big names. Getting way bigger and more exposure. I'm just happy to be a part of the team, man. One championship is making moves.
Question here from Miran Jamo what do you think are Gafurov's biggest weaknesses that you can capitalize on?
So he's a former champ, and he wins in dominating fashions. I'm impressed, and I'm stoked to have a solid opponent like this. And like I mentioned earlier, we have similar strengths. So hey, tune in fight day, styles make matches, and that's the only way we're gonna find out.
Yeah, it's going to be an incredible one. This one next is from Fight Game Asia. After bowing out of the tournament early, what was it like watching the lightweight Grand Prix from the sidelines? Do you have any regrets?
Negative, no regrets. You cannot predict any type of injuries. That's just freak stuff that happens. Again, it's God's path. He wouldn't give me a battle that he didn't think I could take over or overcome, and it's not in my control. So. It is what it is.
This one's a follow-up from Fight Game Asia. Do you feel like you could have done well against some of the guys who reached the finals, like Eddie Alvarez, Dagi, Christian Lee?
Well, I'm back in action, so we're in the fight game and we haven't fought, so we probably will fight in the future. So all of that is irrelevant.
Not to jump ahead, is there anyone specifically that you're looking to compete against just to test yourself or something?
Nah, this guy right in front of me. This guy I'm about to compete with on Friday. This is the next opponent. It's the face, and let's take on this challenge.
2020 has been a rough year for a lot of people. What's the biggest takeaway from you?
Takeaway meaning?
Like what you learned the most about this year, 2020?
Family, bro. So many people in the beginning was complaining about work and and money, and then a lot of people realized and learned that we don't need all of this crazy stuff. We don't need all the extravagant money and diamonds and clothes. Literally all you need is your family, the Lord. We got outdoors. Life is so simple. We make it complicated. And in a way I kind of enjoyed the quarantine because the rest of my family was off, and this is my normal lifestyle. I train, I surf, I do what I want every day. So it's kind of a normal thing, but a lot of people got a taste. But it's been long. It's been long enough, and smaller businesses are paying. So I hope that the world gets to move on and we get answers, or we get to figure out a solution to all the craziness that's going on.
Can you tell us a bit about your experience coming to Singapore, from the flights to COVID testing and all the protocols and restrictions? Does it add extra difficulty on you physically and mentally preparing for this one?
Definitely. I was somewhat surprised, but at the same time not. I know it would be strict, and there's different tests and stuff and guidelines that we gotta take, but man, it's been next level. Lockdown, it's kind of like a prison. Not much outdoor, and we're used to being at least outdoor, whenever we want to back home. So it's a little different. Other than that, they've been accommodated. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, training, and whatnot. They got everything strict, but pretty laid out. So again, it is what it is.
What's the protocols flying back to Hawaii? You got to do a quarantine or no lockdown?
I believe I'm not too sure the updates on the Hawaii regulations. I'm pretty sure that there's a pre-test. If you take the pre-test and it's negative, then you don't got to quarantine. But I will maybe not the full 14, but for at least a couple of days, regardless, before I see my family and whatnot. Christmas is coming up, so you don't want to get nobody sick, especially with you never know.
You spoke a bit about a lot of your teammates having fights lined up for January. Can you tell us who your main training partners were and your coaches for this one?
I got a lot, actually. So many other boys helped me out from the start, but a Yance, but a Max. I think Max is fighting mid-January. My brother, my coach right now, Lowen Tynanes, he's here with me. Coach Charles, Coach Surf Legit, Ali Jiu-Jitsu, Don Pump, my strength and conditioning, my boy Nelson, with recovery and stretching and whatnot. And then Brother Keone Diggs, everybody at Hawaii Elite, Kanan, all the boys helped me, Brother Ben, so many partners that was, kind of flushing through, and guys just getting it in while they can. And, that's what we do. We make each other better, and we unite as one.
Now you talk about a little bit about the Lee family being a fighting family. Your pops is a fighter himself. Your brother's been wrestling. What is that like growing up in that family, and how has that helped you?
Bro, every camp, my brothers are my main training partners. Regardless, they could be in school, they could be working construction. I let them know I got a camp, and they're there all the time. And for some reason, these guys don't age. They attack me like freaking spider monkeys. And then I got all my crazy teammates as well. But how I knew I wanted to fight, I think it was maybe the third grade, fourth grade. My dad, yeah, my dad fought. I seen him fight, and once I seen him fight, I was like, brah,
That's me.
that's what I like do. Yeah, I freaking knew right away, and I stuck with it, and I'm here today.
And your brothers are looking to jump in?
I got a younger brother in college right now. He's in Idaho, finishing up, I think, senior year. I think he wants to scrap. I don't know. My other two brothers, not so much. They kind of faded off right after high school, college. But we'll see. I got a lot of siblings. I got like 12, so I'm sure one of them.
There, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure a few of them will.
We got a question here from Miran Jamo again. You seem to be dealing with a lot of health issues with your injuries and the autoimmune disease. How do you stay motivated and keep going on? And what's your biggest motivation?
Again, my family, bro, and then being able to represent Hawaii. That's been, forever. And then, the love and passion for fighting. Like I said, in third grade, I knew this is what I want to do. And I knew God wouldn't give me these tools, the structure, the work ethic. I knew he wouldn't give me these for nothing. And I'm right back on path, healthy again and able to compete. So thank you, Jesus.
Keith McCulling with this one. He says, hi, Lowen. Can you comment on the Christian Lee fight against Dagi? What you think about that one?
I actually never see him. I know that Christian won, but I never see the fight. So
you got to watch that one and let us know after.
Yeah, for sure. I'll take a look.
You gave a big shout out to your boys from the gym. Any more shout outs you want to give?
Nah, just everybody. Thank you for tuning in, and see you guys Friday.
Bro, it's always so good to see you. Nice to see you again. I can't wait to watch you jump in there, bro.
I'll see you in Bali soon, my brother.
I hope so. All the best, bro, this Friday.